But now that it seemed is answered by putting but. But Savitri answered to Almighty Death. Again, Almighty Death. That is the power of Almighty Death, to lead life into the inane. He can destroy, bring to naught, bring to nothing the whole creation, the whole existence. And Savitri is going to take care of it. And therefore, life cannot disappear into the inane. But Savitri answered to Almighty Death. Now that is something very great. It's a kind of a tribute, admission of the strength, of the power of death. He is Almighty. He is Almighty because He can bring the whole creation to nothing. An ordinary person, ordinary mind cannot do that. It is a God's creation, and if God's creation has to disappear, the power of the destroyer should also be strong, almighty, and therefore His almighty death is here. O dark-browed sophist of the universe, O dark-browed sophist of the... He was giving metaphysical arguments to Savitri. I did this, I did that, all kind of things. Therefore, his sophistry of language, of argument, is what Savitri is first dismissing. Sophistry of her argument. A dark-browed sophist of the universe. So if Almighty Death is dark-browed, the person who is going to answer it has to be bright-browed, luminous brows, shining brows, you see. It cannot be this. Dark-browed sophist of the universe. His power, this power, extends over cosmic manifestation, universe. It cannot go beyond that. He is a power in the universal manifestation. And if he has to be taken care of, the one who should come here should be transcendental, not universal. So the dark-browed and universe gives you again the character, the nature, the personality of Savitri. That she is not dark-browed, she is beyond the universe. And therefore, although He is Almighty, it is she who can take care of that almighty death. Being beyond the universe, beyond, not dark-browed. O dark-browed sophist of the universe, who weighs the real with his own idea. Now, your life divine begins with this. You see. He is talking of universe. She is talking of other universe. So in the universe, what you have got? In the universe, you have only the idea. You don't have the real idea. The real idea exists beyond the universe. The real idea is the philosophical name for supermind. Supermind. When real and idea become separate, then the problems start coming up. In the supermind, they are all together at once. Reality and idea, what you imagine, what you think, is also at the same time real there. You see, it is there. You want a book, in the real idea, it is there. It's not the idea of book and the reality of the book, they are separate. Here in our world, you have to write the book and then you have to go to the press, you have to get it printed. Of course, there, the book does not cost any money. Here, you have to pay.
So for this,
You have to pay for
less
it.
work.
Yeah. You have to pay for the book.
By identity. You don't have to read books.
Exactly. You don't have to read this anymore.
No.
You know everything.
No, I think it is true. You don't have to read a book in that sense, but the purpose, what is the meaning, what is the content, what is the quality, what is the character of a book? What does it represent? It represents something which is concretized, which is not just vague. So when you say book in the word of supermind, it means something which has taken a definite concrete shape. So it becomes a power of realization. You see, it is word which is concretized. It's not vague, something. So you need a book there to concretize, even if you have got some idea to do that, you see.
And Sri Aurobindo said that he reads a book in Samadhi. In regular life, he said in Samadhi, he read a book.
Yeah.
In the Samadhi?
There are different kinds of Samadhi. And there will be read sentence and it will become pages and pages.
Yeah, that's right.
In the Samadhi. Of course,
So you do need book there for a purpose, you see. Don't say. So there, that book is a different thing. When it comes here, then you start interpreting book, you start quarreling with arguments, all those things. So that because real and idea got separated. See, that is what actually happened. In fact, to quickly extend the idea of the book, Vak, the spoken word, what you call. Now, the spoken word has all the power in it, in that thing. And when it comes down, then it becomes the kind of language we speak. You have got first Vaikhari, Madhyama, Paschanti, and then Para. These are the 4 stages of vak, of speech. Vaikhari, the spoken language we understand. Madhyama, the language between this and that, middle. And then Paschanti, it is a seeing language. You see, you don't really read, you see language. And beyond that is the transcendental Paravani. Transcendental speech. That is what we got, the mantra sings, in book 3, book 4, canto 3.
So Paravani, the false.
Para is the transcendental speech.
Vani. Para, what you say?
Vani means speech.
Speech.
Vani means speech. Para, then Paschanti means sin. And then middle, Madhyama, and then last comes Vaikhari, the human language which we speak. So you have that language also there, you see. So you need that language for communication. See, when Mother and Durga used to meet every year in month of October, she used to come to visit the mother, Durga. And the mother used to spend a lot of time with her. She used to be there with her for 2 days, 3 days like that. And they used to talk, the mother and Durga. Now she says, do you think that we are talking in French? You see, we are talking another language, you see. So there is a book, divine book, is the life divine is there, Savitri is there. You can't say Savitri does not exist or need not exist there, it is there. It has to be there, you see. So in the book of the Divine Mother, Canto 3, the House of the Spirit. In the House of the Spirit, Ashwapati created a new and marvelous world. A new and marvelous world arose in the house of creation, in the house of the Spirit. And his problem was, all right, now that exists there, how to bring it down here? And therefore he has to approach the Divine Mother, the Divine Goddess. Look, my job is done. To create the new world there is done. Now it is your responsibility to bring it down. I will walk away, I will stay away from that. You have to come down and do. And therefore Savitri takes the birth. She has to take the birth because this fellow has created the world and it has got to be fulfilled. So she takes the birth and brings down that new creation. So when you say that in the house of the Spirit, Ashwapati has established a new and marvelous creation, it is saying that Sri Aurobindo has established the divine Savitri in the house of the Spirit. He has established in the house of the Spirit the divine Savitri. It is there. Now the whole question is, whole problem is, the whole issue is to bring down that Savitri into the mortal world. He has done a part of his job. Whatever had to be done, he has done it. Now it is the Divine Mother who has to make that Savitri come down here and teach us what it is, you see. So, real and idea, they are two different things, and all this in their real idealism, ideality, they exist there. Without that, nothing can happen here. Who veil the real with its own idea, hiding with brute objects nature's living fame, masking eternity with a dance of death. Thou who hast woven the ignorant mind into a screen and made of thought errors purveyor and scribe, and a false witness of mind's servant sins. Of mind's servant sins. Thou hast woven the ignorant mind. So he was talking, his argument in the previous canto was your thought, your imagination, it's not real at all, you see. So she is now focusing on thought and mind, ignorant mind. And what is the character of this thought, of this ignorant mind? It is the supplier of the needs of error. Purveyor, the supplier of provisions. He supplies whatever is required to thought. Thought supplies whatever is required by error. Actually, purveyor, in the common sense, is the supplier of provisions. But it has a little cultural background also. Supplier is a person, was a person employed for the provisions to be made available to the sovereign, to the king. So whatever the household of the king, palace would require, it was the duty of the purveyor to see that that is met. Go to the bazaar, go here, go there, whatever is required, he has to supply those kind of things, you see. So, and made of thought. So, what is thought after all? It is a supplier of whatever is required by error. Error is supported, upheld by the thought who gets The supply is from the purveyor. So you think of all that thing and then you start imagining and arguing around that thing, you see. And made of thought, errors, purveyor, and scribe. Scribe, of course, has a little classical connotation. You see, when you combine with purveyor, the sense of the scribe is not one who writes. Scribe nowadays used for a journalist also, speech writer, he is a scribe, you see. It is not in that sense, this word scribe is used here. The scribe is one who keeps account, who keeps records of all these things, you see. Of all these things. He is the scribe. Purveyor and scribe. Well, of course, we are familiar with the word scribe. Nirodharan was Shevandu scribe. But he was simply taking down dictation, you see, basically. But scribe is one who keeps account all the clerical work which is required in the household for the purveyor. He is to do all that kind of a thing. So thought is errors, purveyor and scribe. So how what shall I say, concretely he has described the role of thought as a person. It's not an abstract word, no thought. Thought is the person, is a sovereign, and he is doing this thing, that thing is discipline. So that is the difference between life divine and Savitri. And made of thought, errors, purveyor. Who has made thought? Poor ignorant mind. And false witness of mind's servant sense. Mind and sense. We talk of five senses. Hearing, smell, touch, taste, sparsha, five senses. Now actually behind these five senses, the primary sense is mind, manasa. Behind these five senses, manasa is the primary sense. And therefore mind. So when that comes into operation, then it becomes a witness. You have witnessed it. You think of food and your tongue starts becoming wet, you see. Means the idea of the thought, etc., goes there and activates certain things, and then you get this reaction here.